Hello, I'm Doug Willardson. I'm the town administrator here in Webster, and here with me is Jen Sullivan.
Hi, I'm the health director here.
We're glad you could join us for this public service announcement. We have a few slides we want to go over today. And the first one is we want to say a big thank you to everyone for being a part of the solution, doing the proper social distancing and proper personal hygiene. Those are going a long way in keeping the pandemic lower here and flattening the curve here in Webster and the surrounding area. We're going to have Jen briefly review the spread of the disease.
Hi, yes. So you've probably heard this 100 times. However, we're just going to reiterate again, please watch your social distancing. That's really important to fight this. Also, clean and disinfect all surface areas, including doorknobs, commonly touched areas. Avoid sneezing or coughing into your hand. Do so in your elbow or in a tissue, and then throw your tissue away immediately. Make sure you wash your hands with hot water and soap for at least 20 seconds. And please just stay home when you can. That's so important.
Yeah, definitely good advice. So we also want to take a few minutes and recognize all the good that is happening here in Webster despite the pandemic, or in some cases because of the pandemic. First of all, we want to recognize Montfree. Our neighbors and community members here have made a generous donation, $2.3 million to hospitals, $200,000 of which went directly to Harrington Hospital here in town.
So fantastic.
Yep. Also, a couple of small businesses have done good things. The Flower Garden, they have been sending out floral arrangements to those who have been good neighbors and helping out in the area. Webster Manor is also doing this Hometown Heroes program where you can nominate someone who's been doing a good job during this crisis, and they are having a drawing for some prizes and Amazon gift cards. We know of others that have been sewing masks or otherwise collecting and donating PPE. We had someone develop a drive-by Easter egg hunt. We also had the Easter Bunny out around town driving with the fire truck.
That was a big success.
Yeah, we also want to thank everyone who has been donating food to our first responders. I know they are very appreciative of it. Speaking of the first responders, last week they went on a small parade for a little girl's birthday party. I think that was quite adorable. Thank you for them doing that. Also, we know a lot of people are calling their elderly neighbors, checking up on them, running to the store for them. We very much appreciate what everyone's doing to make sure that everyone's safe, and we know a lot of the good is happening here in the town.
Yep.
And we just want to really say a big thank you from all of us. And while we continue on our thank yous, we're going to thank the Webster EMS and police, fire, and health departments. Particularly Webster EMS, they are the first responders and the frontline workers that come to dealing with this pandemic. So
Absolutely.
You call them, they're the ones responsible,
Yes.
responding. So they,
Been fantastic.
yeah, and we really appreciate them. I've said in the past that they're the best in the business, but I really mean that. We are very, very lucky to have them working with us here in the town of Webster. We also want to say thanks to all the healthcare workers, all of the nursing home staff members, the grocery store workers, pharmacy, the postal workers, trash pickup, all these people performing very essential items that, a lot of us would, are a little bit reluctant to even go out, but
Yes.
they're putting their lives out there to make sure that we have the services that we need. So again, thank you to all of them. Here we have a slide. It's the total occupancy of staffed beds by region. So the goal of this is to kind of show what hospital beds are available and which are still and are already full. So if you look on the slide, the central area, which we're a part of, roughly half of the beds that are available have been filled, but that also means that there is some available. So the Department of Public Health and the Governor's Office has been doing a very good job planning for the surge. They've developed these filled hospitals that will provide us extra capacity when we need it. So in the next week or so, when we do hit the surge, we'll be ready for it. Jen, anything you wanted to add?
I just think it's reassuring that you're putting those numbers out there so people can understand the impact of what they're doing as staying home and avoiding contact with others.
Great, thanks. So this next slide, this is a graph of the statewide active cases, recoveries, and deaths. So you'll notice that this is kind of parabolic curve. So as the numbers keep growing at an exponential rate. I will point out that the last couple days have only been a 5% growth compared to some of the double-digit growths we've been seeing earlier. So that's some good news. I don't want to get too giddy because I think that there's still time before the surge really hits us, but hopefully we soon hit the plateau and we start coming down the downside as well.
Yes.
So I'll have Jen walk us through this, but we are continuing to enforce all the local, state, and federal regulations. So Jen, you can talk a little bit about those.
Sure. So obviously, enforcing the stay-at-home, we recommend completely is stay home as much as you can. Don't visit your elderly family or any family for that matter, except for your people who live in your household. The restaurants and bars and gyms and non-essential places are closed except for restaurants which are open for pickup only and delivery. The business that remain open has to clean and disinfect surfaces that are routinely used. Obviously, you know that schools and daycares are closed, and now there is new regulations for our grocery stores. So we recommend that you wear masks, obviously, going out, especially in the grocery stores, because that's where a lot of people congregate to get their essentials. And so if you just pay attention to your surroundings, make sure that you're staying 6 feet away from everybody and you're using your hand sanitizer and washing your hands, especially when you get home.
Thanks, Jen. Yeah, particularly at the grocery store. I mean, we have the one major grocery store here in town. They do have the X's on the floors and the one way in the aisles. So we ask that if you do have to go out, you abide by those to keep the spread of the infection as limited as possible. Next up, I want to talk quickly about the town. So we've closed town buildings to the public, everything but the police station lobby. But employees are still available by phone, email, or online some other way. So just a lot of the employees are working from home. So if you do leave a phone message, it may take us a day or two before we can get the message and get back to you. So just please be patient with that. I also want to remind everyone that taxes are due on May 1st. You are able to pay those online in the mail, or we do have a drop box. We have repurposed the old library drop box that was here at Town Hall for taxes and other necessary documents that you need to leave for the town. So that's outside by the parking lot next to the handicapped accessibility ramp. We do understand that these are difficult times for some people. People have lost their jobs or dealing with other financial setbacks. So if you do need to coordinate some sort of a payment plan and you're unable to pay your taxes, we ask that you contact the treasurer collector, Tina Landry. Her email is tlandry@webster-ma.gov. So that's TLANDRY@webster-ma.gov. She'll be able to work with you to come up with a acceptable payment plan. We also want to remind everyone that there are resources on our website for other departments. If you need a permit or things like that, you can apply for those online. Also, the library has a lot of resources where you can download books, ebooks, or listen to audiobooks as well. We also want to remind everyone about the limitations at the Memorial Beach and Parks. Jen, do you want to briefly go over this for us?
Sure. So obviously, you need to not be standing still there visiting with people. You can only be able to walk, jog. Picnic areas are not allowed. The playgrounds are closed. No basketball. This will also help with the curve. You can sit in your cars. Just make sure you maintain that distance. I know I say that a lot today, but that's so important. Just maintain that distance.
So not a good place to go get your suntan.
Yes.
Just
no.
do that
no,
at home.
Yes.
So a couple of new dates we wanted to make you aware of. We have moved the town election from May 4th to June 15th. And with that, the last day to register has been moved to June 5th. Also, if you are interested in voting remotely or absentee, you can apply to do that online on the town clerk's website of the Webster homepage. Also, we have moved the town meeting from mid-May to June 22nd, and that will be held at 6:30 p.m. at Bartlett High School. We also want to talk about face masks. So we have had recommendations from the WHO, from CDC, from the Department of Public Health that if you are going out, it is responsible and recommended to wear a face mask.
We insist that you please cover your nose and your mouth, regardless of what you're using. That's the only way you're going to protect yourself and others around you.
Yeah. One of the benefits about wearing a face mask is then you're much less likely to be touching your own face and potentially infecting yourself.
Correct.
So if you do not have access to a surgical mask or something similar to that, you are able, there's a lot of information online about how to make or sew your own face mask. So
Even on our website, correct?
yes, we have it as well. So that is available to you, and please take that into account. We also want to talk a little bit to our small business community. So we know that a lot of you guys are struggling, especially. A couple of things. There is some cash flow relief that the state has authorized for sales, meals, and occupancy taxes to be paid in June. Anything that was due in March, April, or May has been postponed till June, and there will not be any penalties or interest with that. The federal government has offered a few programs as well. There's the PPP Paycheck Protection Program, also the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Advanced, and just the regular loans through the Economic Injury Disaster Program, and the Express Bridge Loan Program. So those can be somewhat cumbersome. If you do need help in filling those out, feel free to contact me at the Town Administrator's Office, or we also have Kevin Kuros. He is our regional representative in the Mass Office of Business Development. We have also put out a local survey that's on our town website that we're asking local businesses to provide us information on how the pandemic is affecting them. We hope to be able to receive some community development block grant money from the federal government as part of the $2 trillion, not bailout, but payments that have been going out. And so what we are looking to do is have businesses provide us information so that if that money becomes available at a future date, we're able to quickly disperse it and fairly disperse it to as many businesses as possible. Again, all this information is on our website. If you go to the bottom of the homepage, it's right there, and it's easy to find. Quickly, we are still offering school lunches. The school department is on Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., and the locations are Bartlett High School, Webster Middle School, and the Park Ave Elementary School. Also, if you are a little bit particular, you can go online and check out what the menu will be at the websterschools.org, the school department website. We also want to remind everyone that unemployment benefits are available and that the state has streamlined the process and is making those quickly available to those who are struggling. So if you do have a loss of employment, you can go on the state's website and apply for that. Lastly, we just want to remind you that we will be providing ongoing updates through our website and social media platforms. We will continue to do these public service announcements as necessary. Also, we are available by phone or email. Jen's contact information is on the screen. So if there's anything you need or wish to tell us, we are more than happy and available to answer you and help any way we can.
Absolutely.
Jen, do you want to give us a brief update on where we stand currently in town with cases?
Sure. So currently we have 42 cases as of 1 p.m. today. Out of those 42 positive cases, 13 have improved and are recovering. Unfortunately, we did lose one community member from COVID-19, so that's unfortunate for sure.
Yeah, and our thoughts and prayers are with their family, and hope that they can be comforted at this time of their loss. So we, again, want to thank you for taking a few minutes with us today to review this. Again, thanks for doing your part with social distancing and personal hygiene to help protect our community and help us get through this pandemic.